It's a bit techie, this. Techier than techie things. The father of Max Verstappen has come out and said if you hold another F175 livery launch next year and it is in England at the O2 Arena, say that my son Max Verstappen will not be attendance. In an interview, he said the following, that it's outrageous, the reaction that Max Verstappen, with a view to promote the sport globally, that he got booed. And so did Christian Horner. And so did the rest of the balls that are red. This article, listen, I'm going to read the article out because it's too mad, this. I don't know how to react in real time. I get it. I understand the point of contention, but I also see the reverse side. So the article reads by Jack McEachin of the Daily Express. Again, all F1 journalistic publications are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. Max Verstappen's to boycott British F1 event as dad Jos Verstappen is left seething, fuming. Max Verstappen's dad Jos has claimed that his son vowed not to return to Great Britain next year if another F175 styled event is held there. Formula 1 F175 75th anniversary. This was meant to be a joyous occasion at the O2 Arena, but Christian Horner and the Red Bull clan got booed roundly. Now, the source of that booing, there is much disagreement. Potentially Christian went a bit long, talking for 3 minutes. Potentially it's because the drivers didn't get spoken to. They weren't allowed to speak in Max and Liam. Potentially it's 2021. Potentially it's British bias. Potentially all of the aforementioned, but it did happen. Look, and they were booing Christian Horner and clan long before Max and Liam got on the stage. The VT, yeah, it was a bit long. Maybe it was the point of contention, even the subject matter of the VT. Maybe they just wanted someone to boo. Maybe Christian Horner is a heel. Maybe acrimony is the restaurant at which he dines. Maybe that's his currency. Maybe. But this article continues. Jos Verstappen has said the following, that Christian Horner, team principal of Red Bull Racing, was booed like that, and that Max Verstappen was booed too. Look, there you do, Formula 1. We were there to promote it. You are there to promote the sport, and then you were booed by the public. I don't think that's acceptable, says Jos Verstappen. I hear him. This is Jos, father of Max, and it would be disrespectful even of me for me to come out and speak ill of the chap. But I think he's missed a trick here. This is pantomime season, Christian Horner said. Do you remember when he was talking about George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk's hysterical nature at the Qatar Grand Prix? Listen, there will always be heels and baby faces. Indeed, people will pay to see you win, but they will pay more to see you lose. Sports stars like Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali have made an industry out of this now. And it shouldn't matter on what side of the fence or coin you sit, babyface or heel. Some might argue that Christian Horner and Max Verstappen would do well to lean into this, therefore. Max Verstappen has never cared about this hitherto, nor too one Christian Horner, team principal of Red Bull Racing. Jos Verstappen continues, and I quote, I get it, because Max is the only one who fires up those Englishmen and says exactly how things are, but I don't think this is acceptable. It's really a disappointment what happened there. Oh, the humanity. So go on then. Are those two things mutually exclusive? Can you say things as they are without expecting people to be riled up? I'm not sure that Jos is expecting to have his cake and eat it. I love that Max Verstappen is a straight shooter, a true say if ever you've seen one. But in doing so, you are going to irk some people. A portion of the F1 fan base is going to get riled up. Should they be more respectful and not boo maybe soon to be 5-time champion Max? Abso-flipping-lutely. But this, in real time, is the footballification of Formula 1 that we're seeing. He continued, also confirming that Max would not be returning to a similar event if it's held on the British Isles in 12 months' time. He will not be going. Max has no appetite for it, Jos Verstappen said, not to be booed like that in front of 25,000 people. I think it was 16, but I digress. He also says, if this is in England next year, they definitely will not see me. You are there to promote a sport and showcase the new colour schemes of the cars, but if they then go on to rampage like this, the question is, what are we there to do? I understand what Jos Verstappen is saying there. This is all under the umbrella heading now of social AB. that fans feel entitled, that there is a parasocial relationship there, and they go hard each and every single time. As aforementioned, this is the footballification of Formula One now, but with that comes, I don't know, to a degree, a heel and a babyface. There must be one. You cannot be both, right? That's not a horse that you cannot straddle both of those babyface and heel horses. Pick a side. Jos Verstappen continues. That's not part of the sport. You're there to showcase liveries, colour schemes. Article continues that this potentially harks back to 2021 and Max Verstappen's victory over Sir Lewis Hamilton, and that's why he was routinely jeered at Silverstone during the British Grand Prix as recently last year. Listen, I don't mind a bit of pantomiming. I will be honest, King of Nuts, it had to be done. Nando, Max the entitled baby. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Max has always been a straight shooter, and I don't dislike that. I will be honest, but maybe that's my Achilles heel. Maybe that's me being Hippocrates. Maybe that's me going against the rules of the channel, which of course are that truth, value, and objectivity. We will never sacrifice them at the altar of partisanship. But I like that Max is reminiscent of an era gone by. A blast from the past now, reminiscent of Ayrton Senna in his ability on track, and so too his ability not to skirt around what he thinks and how he feels. Now, some will say that's entitled, and some will say that's what it is to be a hard-nosed racer, an F1 peddler. Not sure on this occasion on what side of that fence I sit. I think Max will get booed from time to time. There was Mexico and there was COTA last year. There was Austria. And people aren't always going to think the same thing about these instances because they are polemic. There was 2021 and Brazil and Saudi and Abu Dhabi. These are controversial circumstances. As brilliant as Max Verstappen is and has been over the past 24 and 36 months, there will always be differences of opinion, and sometimes a crowd will get rowdy and boo Max Verstappen. Is that okay? Absolutely not. Would you encourage that? Absolutely flipping not. But is that the reality? Again, the function of the footballification of Formula One in 2025? Abso-flipping-lutely. What are you going to do about it? Not go to the event? Well, we knew that Max Verstappen didn't want to go to the event in the first place, seen feigning a cheeky cough and or flu on a stream on Twitch. This isn't Max Verstappen's remit. Put him in the car and you're going to see some of the best go-to strides that you've ever seen in F1. Have him shake hands and kiss babies. That's not what he wants to do. Watch any one of his documentaries, The Autonomy of a Champion, and you will see him shirking from those duties. So it's a double whammy then. That he turns up, that he takes time out, in inverted commas, unless you see that as his job, and that's what he's supposed to do. That he's taken the time and could have pulled a sickie, gone to the event and got booed. I understand it from Jos Verstappen, but it's sad. If there is a F176 event at the O2 Arena next year, which there will not be now, but if there were one and Max Verstappen as the reigning World Drivers' Championship did not turn up, I think that would be a massive L for all concerned, not least Formula One, FOM and the FIA, because their champion would be absent. How, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, do you like your F1?